Most people do not need a new plan. They need to disappear long enough to stop performing for people who are not building anything. Not disappear from life, disappear from noise, disappear from approval, disappear from the version of yourself that keeps explaining what you are gonna do instead of proving what you are becoming. Because there comes a point where talking about change becomes a trap. You tell people your plans, you explain your goals, you describe the person you are trying to become, and for a few minutes, it feels like progress. But nothing has been built, nothing has been earned, nothing has changed except the story you told out loud. And that is dangerous because the more you talk about becoming different, the more your mind starts to feel rewarded before the work is done. You get a little hit of approval. Someone says, that sounds good. Someone says, I believe in you. Someone says, you got this. And for 1 second, you feel like the future version of you is already real. But then morning comes, the alarm goes off, the room is cold, the phone is close, the work is waiting, and nobody is clapping. That is where most people lose. Not because they do not have potential, not because they do not know what to do. They lose because they built their identity in public before they built their discipline in private. They wanted people to respect the announcement. But life does not reward announcements. Life rewards proof. And proof is quiet. Proof is boring. Proof is waking up when you said you would. Proof is training when your mood is gone. Proof is saving money when nobody sees the sacrifice. Proof is studying after work when your body wants comfort. Proof is putting the phone face down and choosing the hard thing without needing the world to know. That is the private season. And the private season is where your life changes. Not in the post, not in the group chat, not in the motivational burst that lasts one night. Your life changes in the quiet places where nobody can give you credit. It changes when you stop needing people to understand. It changes when you stop asking for permission from people who are not living the life you want. It changes when you finally admit that every explanation is costing you energy you should be spending on execution. You do not need to explain why you are going harder. You do not need to explain why you are not available. You do not need to explain why you are leaving early, waking up earlier, training harder, spending less, reading more, working longer, or protecting your focus. You do not need a committee for your standards. You need a private agreement with yourself, and you need to keep it. That is where self-respect comes from. Not from being seen, from being solid when nobody is watching. Because the truth is, some people are addicted to seeing you stay the same. They might not say it, they might not even know it, but your change makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your focus exposes their distraction. Your standards make their compromises louder. So if you keep presenting your dream to people who are committed to comfort, do not be surprised when they try to shrink it. They will call it too much. They will call it unrealistic. They will ask why you are acting different. They will say you changed, and maybe you should. Maybe that is the point. Maybe the old version of you was too available, too distracted, too easy to pull off track, too quick to explain, too quick to fold, too quick to negotiate with the standard you claimed you wanted. So yes, change. Change your schedule. Change your environment. Change your relationship with comfort. Change the way you respond to boredom. Change the way you handle loneliness. Change the way you move when nobody is impressed yet, but do it quietly. Do it without performing. Do it without needing every person from your old life to validate your new direction. Because if you keep asking the old room to approve the new you will stay trapped at the level they understand. Sometimes you have to leave mentally before you leave physically. Sometimes you have to stop telling people where you are going because they are still attached to where you have been. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is become unavailable to the version of life that keeps making you average. That means fewer explanations, fewer distractions, fewer promises spoken out loud, more work, more proof, more silence, more days where you do the thing even though nobody would know if you skipped it. That is the real test. Can you keep a promise when there is no audience? Can you build when there is no applause? Can you stay consistent when the results are not visible yet? Can you let people misunderstand you while you build something they will not be able to ignore? This is why disappearing is not weakness. It is protection. You are protecting the work from noise. You are protecting your focus from opinions. You are protecting your standards from people who only understand comfort. You are protecting your future from the version of you that keeps looking for permission. And protection requires discipline. It means saying no faster. It means letting some messages wait. It means accepting that you may look boring for a season. It means not posting every move. It means not explaining every decision. It means letting people think what they want while you do what you said. That is hard because part of you wants to be seen. Part of you wants someone to notice the effort. Part of you wants credit before the result. Part of you wants to say, look how hard I am trying. But that part of you has to be trained because attention is not the same as progress. Approval is not the same as achievement. And being understood is not required for becoming better. The work does not care who clapped. The work does not care who doubted. The work does not care who watched. The work only asks one question. Did you show up? Not once. Not when it was easy. Not when you felt inspired. Did you show up again and again and again until the person you used to be stopped recognizing the person you were becoming? That is the goal, not to impress people, to outgrow the habits that made your old life predictable, to outgrow the excuses that kept you restarting, to outgrow the need to be motivated before you move, to outgrow the version of you that needed everybody to understand before you could commit. This season will not always feel powerful. Some days it will feel lonely. Some days it will feel repetitive. Some days you will wonder if anything is changing. You will do the work and see no immediate reward. You will make the right choice and still feel behind. You will skip the distraction and still feel tempted. You will keep your promise and still hear the old voice telling you it does not matter, but it matters. Every private win matters. Every quiet decision matters. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you are voting for a different life. The vote may feel small, but repeated votes become identity, and identity becomes destiny. That is why the boring days are sacred. The same alarm, the same notebook, the same workout, the same work block, the same financial standard, the same refusal to go backward. That is not boring. That is construction. You are building a person who can be trusted. You are building a life that does not collapse every time your feelings change. You are building proof so strong that one day you will not have to explain anything. People will ask what happened. They will ask what changed. They will ask how you did it. And the answer will not be dramatic. You stopped talking so much. You stopped waiting to feel ready. You stopped letting everybody have access to your attention. You stopped asking average minds to approve uncommon standards. You disappeared from the noise and you came back with proof. But understand this, the return is not the goal. The goal is not to make people regret doubting you. The goal is not revenge. The goal is not attention. The goal is self-respect. The goal is to look in the mirror and know you are not lying to yourself anymore. The goal is to become the kind of person who does not need perfect conditions to move. The goal is to trust your own word again. Because once you trust yourself, everything changes. You stop bargaining with weakness. You stop making your future pay for your present comfort. You stop treating your goals like optional ideas. You stop needing the world to push you. You become the pressure. You become the standard. You become the proof. And when that happens, people will feel the difference before you explain it. Your energy will be different. Your choices will be different. Your patience will be different. Your confidence will be different. Not loud confidence, quiet confidence, the kind that comes from evidence, the kind that comes from doing what you said day after day while nobody was watching. That is the confidence that lasts. So if you are in a season where you know something has to change, stop waiting for the perfect announcement. Stop trying to make everyone understand. Stop giving your energy to people who only want updates, not accountability. Pick the standard, protect the standard, live the standard in silence if you have to, alone if you have to, misunderstood if you have to, because 6 months from now, the people who laughed may ask for advice. The people who doubted may ask what changed. The people who ignored the work may suddenly respect the result. But by then, you will not need their approval. You will already have something stronger. Proof. And proof does not argue. Proof does not explain. Proof does not beg to be believed. Proof stands there quietly and lets the results speak. So disappear if you need to. Disappear from distraction. Disappear from empty attention. Disappear from the habits that keep pulling you back. Disappear from the version of you that keeps announcing change and avoiding sacrifice. And while the world is busy watching noise, build. Build the body. Build the skill. Build the money habits. Build the discipline. Build the identity. Build until your silence becomes the loudest thing about you. Then let them ask what happened.